Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching us tonight. White working Americans and President Obama, that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points Memo. A new Associated Press poll says white working Americans are now President Obama's biggest nightmare. Back in 2008, white voters without college degrees favored Republican congressional candidates by 11 percentage points. But now, according to the AP, that figure has doubled. 58% of white working Americans say they will vote Republican in November. Just 36% say they'll vote Democrat. So what the heck happened? Well, first and foremost, the economy is still very rough, and workers are on edge, but minority workers are apprehensive as well. So there must be more to this. Talking Points believes it is the class factor. President Obama and the Democrats simply not in sync with white working class values. The president's positions on illegal immigration, the ground zero mosques, things like religion and guns, do not correspond with the prevailing wisdom of white working class precincts. Unlike President Reagan, who also had trouble in his first midterm election, Mr. Obama has separated himself from many blue-collar working white people simply because they see he doesn't understand them. Talking Points has advised the president many times that suing the state of Arizona, failing to prosecute the Black Panthers who menaced a polling place in Philadelphia, and criticizing the Cambridge, Massachusetts Police Department, among other issues, were all things that could have been easily handled in other ways. But the president sees it differently and has not reached out to white blue-collar voters. The liberal media would have you believe that white working-class Americans are opposing Mr. Obama because of his skin color. That is a blatant lie. While there are bigots in every group, it is the cultural disposition of the president that is his problem now. By the way, if you're going to go the skin color route, what about the fact that 90% of African Americans continue to support Mr. Obama? Any skin color in that? Now, the liberal media ignores the cultural aspect of Mr. Obama's declining poll numbers because it itself looks down on white working-class Americans. For proof of that, all you have to do is analyze the media's coverage of the Tea Party. Losing white working-class voters is a serious situation for any president, but not a fatal one. If Mr. Obama could rally blacks, Hispanics, and committed liberals to his cause and the Democratic cause in great numbers, he might be able to retain power in November. But a new study from the Pew Hispanic Center says about half of Hispanic American voters might not show up in November. Certainly bad news for Mr. Obama. In politics, as in life, perception is reality. White blue-collar voters now perceive the president does not think the way they do, and that is likely to be reflected in the November vote. And that is a memo. Now to the top story tonight. Dick Morris continues to predict a big Republican victory in November. He joins us now from West Palm Beach, Florida. So am I going wrong in my analysis of the blue-collar precincts?
Not in the conclusion, but I think your reasoning is a little off. I don't think it's cultural in terms of the mosque and immigration and that stuff nearly as much as it is fiscal and economic. The amazing thing that's happened at the grassroots level in this country is that whereas it used to be dominated by social populists, evangelicals and the like, now it's dominated by Tea Party activists who are mainly focused on the debt, the deficit, the unemployment rate, the economy, Obamacare, not social issues.
All right, let me stop you. Let me challenge you on that. If that is true, then why are the minority blue-collar workers staying with the president? Because they're suffering probably more. The poverty rate is up. It's harder to get jobs for people who are ill-educated in this country. But they haven't bailed out on the president. So it's got to be cultural.
Well, no. Blacks are for Obama because he's black.
Oh, come on.
That's not
you
cultural.
Think every
that's
single
just racial.
Every single African-American supports President Obama because of skin color? I don't believe that.
I think a white Democrat would also get 90% of the vote. But there would be some disenchantment, and now there's none among the black community.
But I can't understand why there isn't.
Latinos.
Go ahead, Latinos.
But I think that Latinos are moving away from Obama. Now they're voting with their feet, not their hands, because the Pew study and others show that they're not likely to turn out and vote. But I think that the reason that the white working class is moving away from Obama is far more economic, not in the sense of there's unemployment, I'm going to lose my job, there's a recession, not that at all, but in the sense that they feel he doesn't believe in upward mobility, he doesn't believe in working overtime and getting what you want, he doesn't believe in the American dream, but it's largely an economic narrative, not about abortion, gays, guns, and that kind of stuff.
Well, see, I disagree with you. I think that there is a heavy-duty component with emotional stories like the mosque, all right? And I mean, my mail reflects all this. Yes, the economy is of great concern, but the president is perceived now as just, look, I'm a blue-collar guy, even though I'm wearing a green shirt tonight, and I'm a rich guy, but I'm still that sensibility. You know that, Morris. You know me.
Yeah.
All of my friends who are all blue-collar, most of them blue-collar, say the same thing. He doesn't understand me, and he doesn't care about me. He doesn't understand what I do, why I do it, how I believe. He doesn't care. He doesn't get it. That's what they say.
But, Bill, bear in mind that in all the campaigns throughout the country, the Republican candidates are pushing deficit and economics and debt and Obamacare, not mosque, social issues.
That's true, but Obama is on the ballot in this coming election. You know that. I mean, you know who he's. Right. It's about the president's leadership.
I want to make two other.
Go ahead.
I want to make two other points before you throw me out of here. One is among Hispanics. That Pew survey you cited asked them how important are each of these issues, and 58% said education was extremely important. 54% said jobs, 51% said health care, 35% said the deficit. Only 31% of Latinos said immigration was an extremely important issue.
Interesting.
So the Democrats have made a fundamental mistake in thinking they can get them back over immigration.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the suing Arizona thing was all about.
The second thing I want to say is today is a very important day in the election cycle. It is the first day in 2010 that the Republicans have a lead in 10 seats occupied by Senate Democrats, enough to take control. Until now, they've been tied, they've been behind, they've been growing. Now they have a lead. Some of the leads are huge. They're 43 points ahead in North Dakota, 18 points ahead in Arkansas and Indiana, 12 points ahead in Wisconsin, 7 in Pennsylvania, 5 in Colorado, 5 in West Virginia, which is extraordinary, 4 in Illinois, 3 in Nevada. Sharon Engel has now opened up a significant lead.
Right. Well, significant 3, I mean, it's not significant. What?
No, but it's been tied for 8 weeks, Bill. And Reed has always had a 1-point or 2-point lead. That's big. And in the state of Washington, for the first time, Dino Rossi, the Republican, is now ahead of Patty Murray because he's doing a good job in answering her attacks. So, you know, it's like you get first place and then you win all the games and nobody else has to lose. You just have to win.
Well, Mars, you are the guy.
That's where the Republicans are now.
I said last night, it pained me to admit it, but you might be right because you were the first one to say that the Senate would go to the Republicans, and we'll see in 4 weeks. Dick, as always, thank you.
And by the way, Bill, every day now on my website, dickmorris.com, you can tune in and get a update on the election.
As if no one knew that, Morris. As if you had to say that. Everybody knows that. Directly